What's up, everybody? This is Thigh Company here. We're live here on the Thigh Company Gaming YouTube channel here on this afternoon of July the 6th, 2025. We're live here from St. Petersburg, Russia. It's right now 3:39 Moscow time. And yeah, this is our 15th stream from Russia, man. Our 15th stream, man. It's starting to, get pretty tiring here. Man, we've been having some internet outages here. Um, I started talking about that, I think, on the last live stream, but essentially, I think it was Tele Dewa, or Tele in English would be like Tele 2, I guess. Um, Basically, they were messing up some internet service here. They claimed that the government was doing some stuff around some holiday. So pretty much, I suspect that that's probably, part of the reason about how the internet here has been acting up. Hello, welcome, Arash. Welcome to live stream. Glad to have you here. I believe you're our first person to join today's live stream. I think, looks like it. But yeah, you left for a while. Yeah, I do see that. No worries, man. I'm glad that you're back. I got my grandma walking around here. Is your screaming grandpa okay now? He's in bed right now. So yeah, first thing I gotta tell you, man, this brain fog is bad. It's very bad, man. As soon as I start trying to do a live stream, as soon as I start trying to think or something, man, it's like my head is in the clouds, man. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's very hard to start thinking. Why it's like that here, I have no idea. I really don't know. So yeah, basically, Tele2 was claiming that the internet service provider was claiming that we used up like all of the data, basically. What is brain fog? Let me try to pull that up and try to explain more onto what that is. So according to Google, brain fog is, let's see it. AI is giving me an interesting answer here. So brain fog, this is the AI overview or Google response here, says brain fog is not a medical condition itself. It's rather a term used to describe a collection of cognitive symptoms that affect thinking, memory, and concentration. The symptoms can include difficulty focusing, forgetfulness, mental confusion, and a slower thought process. Brain fog can be a symptom of various underlying conditions or arise from lifestyle factors such as poor sleep, stress, or overexertion. So probably sleep and stress. So yeah, that basically should. Of course, someone's calling me as soon as I'm doing the live stream. Алло.
Алло, Саш, дай мне бабушку.
What?
Да, Танюш?
I got my grandma here.
Нормально. Деда сейчас только что положили спать.
Положили, да?
А он опять собрался раз.
Let me go to a different room.
Зашла я за лентой сюда вот к этой женщине.
I'm going in the kitchen right now. Yeah, so Arash, I should explain to you what brain fog is. For some crazy reason, it's been very bad here. All right, Arash says, I'm going to go get my cat because my dog is stalking my cat. All right. I got you, man. So yeah, I've been still a little sick, man. Still a little sick here. Getting some water right here. That's why I'm off camera here. Okay. So yeah, man, it's the brain fog stuff is not good. It's like you have trouble thinking normally is basically the way I explain it. I don't have it in the US. In the US I'm fine. Where's Anna? Anna's with my mom right now. They're in the new apartments. They're so we're still trying to get some stuff finished there at the new apartments. Um, so yeah, basically, before I forget and start jumping around from topic to topic, um, yeah, basically, Tele2 was coming up with this nonsense that we used up all the data and that they sell internet not on a monthly service, but on a data program, meaning that you buy a certain amount of memory or I guess data, and you use up that data, and then you got to buy some more, um, which doesn't make sense. They don't really have much of a system like that in the US. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but basically, we ended up later finding out that they were getting a lot of bad reviews. So we might possibly have to switch to a new or different internet service provider here. And luckily, there are a few other ones like I think Megaphone or yeah, Megaphone. Beeline is another one. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what other ones are here, but yeah, so we're still having some internet issues here. So do be on the lookout that we might have to get some more internet outages in the future. But luckily, we don't have that much time left, so we have what, like 8 or 9 days, a little bit over a week, basically. Yeah, so basically, like a little bit over a week before we head back to the U.S. All right. So Raj says, "Say hi to Miska, my cat." Hello, Miska. What else has been going on? Yeah, the weather here changed a lot, man. It's like we had a bunch of rain, and then we had a couple of days, like one or 2 days where it got hot. And what I mean by hot, it went up to like 28 degrees Celsius here. That's what I mean by hot. Um, in Fahrenheit, I don't know what that is. I think it's like it felt like 80s to me, if that made any sense. Raj says, "No, no, Minska is what you say, Miska." Oh, see, that's the brain fog right there, man. Miska, Miska, Miska. Okay. Yes, the brain fog, man. I can't think right. Have not been able to get a hold of Achapa, man. Achapa, I unfortunately my VPN on my Chromebook or my laptop has not worked for the last 2 days, and I've been jumping from one VPN to another VPN, and I think it's quite possible that all the VPNs on my Chromebook have decided to stop working. Miska means teddy bear in Russia. No, it's like, well, here it's Mishka. Mishka. Um, but we usually say like Mishka Medved for teddy bear, I guess. But I don't know. That's kind of like more of a question for Anna because she would probably know that more. Miska, Miska. All right. What else has been going on, Arash? Yeah, so we had 2 days of hot weather, and then after those 2 days, it's been raining nonstop. And now this forecast for this next week is to be heavy rains, heavy raining, or rain basically every single day until next week when it's supposed to dry up. So we're supposed to have like 2 days next week of clear weather, which basically means I think Monday we have clear weather the day before we fly out, and then the 15th I think we have clear weather here as well. But yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm starting to get tired of all the different inconveniences here. So I guess the next topic about my grandfather. So my grandfather's, I think I mentioned that his knee was acting up before. His knee is pretty much, I think, recovered. It was like discolored, and we thought maybe there was like an infection going on, but then it went away. But then below his knee, that like lower leg, um, has been very like swollen and red, and it almost looked like a rash or something. And wasn't sure what was going on, but then it kept swelling. And we called a doctor. And what's nice about in Russia is that, unlike the US, in Russia, you can call and have a doctor actually come to your house or come to where you live to check you out. So that's an interesting thing that you can do in Russia that you cannot do in the US. Like, we called one doctor. One doctor was like an emergency medicine physician. They came over and they ran an EKG, but they didn't even tell us the results of the EKG. They're like, does he have any heart conditions? And like, well, he does have arrhythmia, or regular heartbeat, but that's common. It's not that rare to really, that unrare or uncommon. But that didn't really mean anything, I guess, to that doctor. And then they checked blood sugar, and blood sugar was elevated. But they have a different numbering system here in Russia than they do in the US. Like, they have their own, what they considered a normal number, I guess, or their own scale, I guess, on how they measure blood sugar. I think here it's like normal is considered something in the 50s. I don't know what that means exactly, but in the US, around the number 100. Usually, I think 100 in the US is considered normal, I believe. I don't know how I don't know. There's like weird differences between the two countries. But then they said they were going to send a second doctor out. And that second doctor was supposed to come yesterday, and nobody showed up. And nobody showed up today either. So where the second doctor went, we don't know. But I did send a message out finally figured out how to send a message out to our actual doctor in the US. So we'll see if that doctor decides to respond or what happens. But we do have appointments already scheduled for the beginning of August. The only problem is, like, when we come back to the US, we have 2 weeks where basically it's just me and my grandparents. So we'll see how that goes. We don't know. All right. You want me to say your cat's name again? Miska, Miska, Miska. That's more of a thing for Anna. She likes to call out cat names. So Miska means, so I am saying Miska, Miska. Mishka is more like teddy bear. So there's a little bit of a difference there. So I guess to clarify, let me ask, is it Miska or Mishka? But yeah, so what we have been doing right now is we've been giving him some extra doses of Lasix, or I guess furosemide is the other name for it. Oh, Mishka. So Mishka, Mishka, Mishka. So Mishka is the name of your cat? Okay, cool. Let me get some more water right quick here. So what kind of cat do you have, Arash? Is the cat a boy or a girl? And your dog's name is Fandug. Fandug. Okay. What does Fandug mean? I'm curious. I haven't heard that name before. Fandug. Or is it Fandug? I think I would guess it's Fandug. Your cat is a girl and your dog is a girl. Okay. Anna likes to know that type of stuff, that type of things. So yeah, man, the weather, I think it stopped raining for a little bit, but it's very cloudy outside, even though I know it looks bright from the camera. Fan Dog? Is it Fan Dog, the name? Is it Fan Dog? Fan Dog. Okay, so Fan Dog. Fun Dog. Another weird thing that I've noticed is that, and my mom's been having the same issue too. Whenever she comes to Russia here, she always feels like she needs to drink more and more water. Like in the US, you drink water, and most Americans, they don't really drink that much water. In the US, I can drink a lot of water and then I'm full. Here, I keep drinking water. I keep feeling like I need to drink more and more water for some reason. I'm not sure why. Fan Dog is whale nut in Iran. I don't know how to write that nut. Whale nut. What is whale nut? Fan Dog whale nut. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, Google's not giving me really much of anything. I'm not sure what that would be. Walnut or something. Walnut. I wonder what that would be. I bet there's a different name in Russian and in English. Walnut doesn't give me anything in English either. I wonder what that would be. Where else did we go, man? We did in the last couple of days. We did do some walking around the city center. We tried to go to the circus here, but the circus, the last few years, man, they've jumped their prices up a lot. Like I remember in the past, you could go to the circus for like 400 rubles, 750 rubles, and now it's like the cheapest priced ticket is like 3,500 rubles. But the average price was like 4,000 for like the worst seats. So I don't know, man. I mean, I've heard you can buy really good seats for like 15,000 or 17,000 rubles, but that's a lot, I feel. The circus show, I'm told it's supposed to be 2 hours long. I believe it's 1 hour, and then there's a break, and then another hour. Rush says, let me go ask my dad on how to spell it. I am so dumb. I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Hazelnut. Okay. Hazelnut. Okay. I know what hazelnuts are. I forget what they're called in Russian, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious about this water, man. I've been drinking water nonstop, man. And yeah, man, coughing was going crazy yesterday. Let me see what hazelnut is in Russian. I'm kind of curious. Let's see, English to Russian. Hazelnut. Well, actually, here's an interesting thing. So I'm looking up hazelnut right now in Google Translate. Um, the one translation does translate the name to Funduk. Funduk. So it's not. I bet it's pretty close. Funduk. So that's pretty. It's pretty close, I guess, to in what do you call that? Farsi. So there's a interesting similarity in languages there. But an interesting thing is I haven't really seen them for sale here. Even though I'm sure they do sell somewhere, but I haven't really seen much of it here. Or if they do sell, I bet it's not cheap. I bet it's kind of pricey here. Finduk is how you say it in Azeri. Azerbaijan. So that's interesting. It's an interesting comparison of languages there. I've also noticed here there's a lot of St. Petersburg is a lot of foreigners here. What I mean by foreigners is I'm seeing a lot of people from Uzbekistan, some Kazakhstan, a little bit of Tajikistan, a lot of Turkish people here. But I'm not seeing no Europeans, no British people, no Americans here, no Spanish or Italians or French, none of that. But I do remember, I think in 2019, there were some European people walking around here, and especially in 2018 when they had the FIFA World Cup here. But the only matches I seem to remember, I do remember, I think a lot of Egyptians were over here back then. But yeah, mainly right now, man, you're seeing a lot of Turkish people, Uzbek, some, what do you call it, Tatar people here. I guess there might be some Azerbaijani people here, but it's hard to tell. I've seen a couple of Georgian people here, or Gruzia. I don't know how you'd be calling them. So yeah, so a lot of those type of people are here. Arash is saying, I am making you smell good because of my perfume. Okay, what kind of perfume? What kind of perfume you have? I don't even know what kind of perfume. I might have to look around and see what we have here, because I know I brought over some American perfume here, but then we got some like Soviet old stuff in other rooms. Man, I know Choppa's been asking me to keep doing like tours around the apartment, but the internet here gets really weird. Arash says the perfume smells like a cookie. I wonder what that would be. You know, we actually had some what do you call it? In the US, there's a body wash, or there's a company called Native. They make a body wash soap that smells a lot like a sugar cookie or like a cookie dough. And that sugar cookie smell is pretty nice, because it reminds me of like when they sell sugar cookies in the grocery stores in Charlotte. Charlotte's got a couple ones. The biggest one I can think of is probably like Harris Teeter, maybe Food Lion. But I think Harris Teeter is probably the biggest one, because Harris Teeter, they'll make sugar cookies, and then plus they give out free sugar cookies for people to try, and then they stopped during COVID, and now I think they're trying to get back into doing that again, but everybody says that the recipe has changed. They're not that like soft cookies. I really want to play Dead Rails with you. Man, that's going to have to be when I come back to the US. It's going to be in about a week, because every time we try doing Dead Rails here, Dead Rails crashes the internet, crashes the computer, man. The internet here is not that great. That's why you haven't really been seeing me playing Roblox. My sister Anna has been trying to play Roblox, and she's able to play some games, Dead Rails does not work on her iPad though. She's tried numerous times to get on to playing Dead Rails, and the way they have their like the function to click and drag or to move something in the air on the iPad, it gets really glitchy. So it's been not a game that she can really play. But again, I'll be back, and according to what I see, it's about like 8 or 9 days. So you're looking at about a little bit over a week. So just a little bit of, it's about a week wait. But yeah, Dead Rails is on the list. Grow Garden's on the list. There's a lot of like Dead Rail spin-off games like Dead Spells, I'm told needs to be played. Dead Planets needs to be played, or is it Dead Space? I don't even remember. But there's a bunch of games, and the Chopper's like, man, Thigh Company, once you get back, man, you're gonna be busy, man. You're gonna be playing. You gotta have all these games played, man, nonstop, man. Your live streams are gonna be all by 12-hour long. And I was like, man, really, is it gonna be 12-hour long gameplays every single day? You think it's that bad? Like that's how many updates have been made to the Roblox like popular games now? I don't know. And then Uchapa said that Dead Rails started to die out. Like it's not as popular as what it used to be. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to try to play some more Dead Rails and see how it performs, at least the gameplay videos on YouTube. But I'm hoping that they make a new update, because when we played like this new update with the new thumbnail with like the unicorn, the cowboy riding that unicorn through the desert, and I know they had the new I think it was called Stillwater Prison. Like we checked all that out, but I don't think we ever had a gameplay because I know everyone wants me to make more gameplays with the fans, which is something that I want to do, but a lot of the fans, they don't have the ability to talk or communicate, so it becomes very chaotic very quickly. So that's another thing to kind of watch out for Dead Rails. Besides that, man, it's like the other thing that we need to do. I know we have to make at least one gameplay video with Alex and Uchapa playing Dead Rails and taking a look at the Stillwater Prison, because they never saw. I don't think they ever saw the secret boss, the new secret boss in Dead Rails. No one's ever seen that. I think that I've only been the only person to make a gameplay. Yeah, I want to say I'm the only person who's made a gameplay of the secret boss, or the new secret boss, I should say, in Dead Rails. So we're gonna try to make some more, at least a few more gameplays of that. I know they're going to try to hammer on me to play Gunfight Arena again, but Gunfight Arena, man, I don't even know what to even play on that anymore. So that's going to be tough, because I know the Gunfight Arenas, the videos they haven't really been performing that well. But Grow Garden has been continuously being popular, so definitely going to go into Grow Garden. In fact, I'm considering possibly going into doing like Grow Garden live streams, or title the live stream like how we're going to get some rare plants and Grow Garden, or rare seeds and Grow Garden, or something like that, so we can get the subscriber count up, because 50K is our next goal, and then the watch hours need to go up as well. I think we're still around like 1,200 watch hours, but we need 4,000. So, that's the other thing. And then I think we're going to revisit a lot of old games that we used to play on the channel about a year ago. So that's probably going to include, like, Base Attack is one of the games I've been recommended to take a look at. And then there's a few other ones. Arash says, yo, what if you play games that are not that famous so you can make it famous? Yeah, we've been trying to do that. We've did that with a few of the zombie games, like I think Contamination was on the list. I'm trying to think of the other one. Yeah, we played some old Roblox zombie games. And I'm trying to load up the list of the games that we used to play. I want to say Contamination, or something like Contamination, was one of the games. But I know we played at least 5 different like old games, and Alex was looking up a lot of the old games on Roblox that used to be very popular. And we played, some of the games we played was like over 12 years old. So let me see if I'm trying to pull up the list of the games that we used to play. So yeah, I mean, Dead Rails, Dead Spells, we need to play. I think I'm going to see if Dark Journey had an update. Choppa said that it did have an update, but I might have to look into that. The pirate game High Tides. So High Tides, we definitely need to play a lot more videos of that, because that's been consistently, that's a game that's kind of obscure, but it has some players playing. But when I put it up to YouTube, it gets a bunch of views on YouTube. So I'm going to have to continue these pirate videos. Yeah, a lot of the Dead Rails spin-offs. So Dead Spells, Dead Sails. We played Zombie Stories a lot. There's a lot of Zombie Story videos that we've put up. We tried to play Domination. Domination didn't really do well. Dandy's World, we might try to do another Dandy's World gameplay video, because when we had a big group of players playing, it was a good game and good video. So a lot of Zombie Stories. Let me see what else has been going well. Yeah, Contamination Legacy. That's one of the games we played. Undead Nation was another big zombie game. We might try to do Schedule X, but I doubt it. There's Survive Overnight in a Megastore, man. I've been trying to get everybody to play that game, and for whatever reason, nobody wants to play that game. Even though I want to play that game, my sister wants to play that game. So I've been really trying to get people to play Survive Overnight in the Megastore. What else? We played Nano Infection as well. That's another zombie game. Zombie Tower Classic. Defenders of Roblox, which is a zombie game. Payload. We played Payload. That was a zombie game. The first Payload video did very well. Reason for Life. That's another zombie game. So we have been trying to do that, Arash. We have been playing a lot of games like that. I might try to do more Dead Rails tower defense games, because sometimes they do pretty well on Roblox. Maybe possibly Deadly Rails to Canada, but I'm not sure. Dead Skies, I might try out one more time. Yeah, but the Dead Rail tower defense games, that's been another popular area. So I mentioned Dead Planets. Classic Drive is another game that people have been asking for me to play again. But I don't know about Dead Sails, man. Studlands, possibly. More backroom games. Definitely backrooms. So backrooms definitely will be on the list. So Arash is saying, "Oh, I love Dandy's World. I play Dandy's World all the time. I'll play games with you." Yeah. So Arash, when we come back to the US, you're probably going to have a better chance of getting on when I start doing the evening live streams. I bet that's probably what's going to happen, but that's going to be early in the morning for you, probably. But I know Choppa likes to get on at night in the US or early morning for you. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely more backrooms games, and including anomaly games. So that's like Hotel 9, Exit 8. I was told to also play Dead Rafts. So Dead Rafts, we'll try to play that again. Repo/retake is on the list as well. I don't know if I want to do SpongeBob Tower Defense, man. The videos were doing good, and then the views kind of dropped. So I think if I choose to do SpongeBob Tower Defense, I'll try to do one more video. What would that be? What part is that? What number is that? I don't even know. Like part 7 or 8 or something. I think 8. Yeah, 8. This would be part 8. So we could probably do a part 8 and maybe a part 9, depending on how the views go. We also are planning. So Choppa did also ask me to go back into playing Minecraft, and I've been talking to my cousins here on what computer games they've been playing, and some of them do play Roblox. Minecraft is also kind of popular right now too. Some Roblox, Minecraft, and then after Roblox and Minecraft, there are some Xbox games and Steam games that seem to be kind of popular. And we're trying to figure out what games to play. Like people have been saying Rust. People have been saying. I had one cousin recommend me to play Stray, which is that stray animal game or the cat game. But I don't know. I'll think about it. We used to play Sid Meier's Civilization, so we might try to go into playing Civilization games. I'm hoping Subnautica comes out. Whenever the new Subnautica game comes out, we'll play that. And then there are some war games that people have been asking me to look into as well. I got my grandma walking in the kitchen here. Бабушка,
Ты с кем там разговариваешь?
у меня есть друг, он из Ирана. Его зовут Араш. Он живет сейчас в Баку.
Это с ним?
Ну, Аня тоже с ним тоже разговаривает. Но его первый язык, иранский, вот это, фарси. Потом английский он изучал долго. Он сейчас, там в Азербайджане. Он рассказывает, что его есть кошка и собачка. Кошка по имени Мишка и собака по имени Фундук. Как, интересно, да? Мы с ним разговор имеем на разные темы.
Кому лет?
Я не знаю, может мне это рассказать или нет. Arash, my grandma's asking how old you are, if you're a good friend fit for Anna. Вообще понятия не имею.
Сколько?
Ну, я спросил, я не знаю, скажет он мне или нет. Он сначала вообще не хотел мне сказать, где он живет. Младше, чем 10. Ну, наверное, как Аня, наверное. Ну, это как это самое. Боря хотел со мной поиграть. И Андрей тоже просто. Ну, у меня целые огромные коллективы людей. Понимаешь, какое дело? Мне надо вот подписчиков. Что тебя?
Не надо.
Это горло. All right, we're back. So, попей воду. All right, no problem, Arash. Yeah, I'm not caring about your age. My grandma was just asking. You don't have to tell me your age. It's not something that concerns me. But yeah, back to Roblox. So I have two cousins who I'm going to try to see if I can get onto Roblox and Minecraft. So that would be so my cousin's kids, Andrei and Borja. Andrei is I think 18 or 19 years old now, and then Borja is probably going into 4th grade, so he's probably around 10 years old. But they're asking to join in on the games as well. So yeah, man, besides Roblox and Minecraft, man, we're going to start kind of looking around and see what else we can get into. But again, I'm not sure. We used to play a lot of Among Us on the channel as well years ago. But yeah, man, I have Civ 5. I had Subnautica. I think at some point I had like a couple of zombie games. But yeah, man, I'm still looking out to see what other games we can play. I'm trying to look at my YouTube list of videos to see what other games we used to play, man. So yeah, definitely Backrooms games. I'll consider maybe trying to do SpongeBob again, but I don't know. There's a weird game that's called Rorvik that was kind of that was a game that randomly started getting popular. But I played it once and I was not a big fan of it. Yeah, man, I'm thinking Minecraft. We might start going back to Minecraft, especially since they have the summer updates and they just talked about this new update with the Copper Golem. So I'm curious how that's going to play out in Roblox in Minecraft. Let's see, man. I'm looking at some of my old stuff back when I was monetized now. So Doomspire Defense, I think it's time to go back into looking at that game again. Because I know I kind of maxed out everything in the game, but I think they do have a new update of something. Arash says, I have to go eat lunch, but I'm going to come back later. All right, Arash, have a good lunch. War Tycoon is another one that Chapa's been asking me to get into. So War Tycoon, I'll try to add that onto the list. Man, we used to play a lot more Entrenched months ago. So I'll think about what to do with Minecraft. I don't know if Alex would be down to play Minecraft again. But I feel like if we do something with Minecraft, we might have to make like a creative world. Possibly. I don't know yet. Let's see. Yeah, War Tycoon. There's a game called War Engines. I might have to try to play War Engines. I haven't done that in a while. There's some random obscure. Oh, Corridor. Yeah, I'm looking at the list now. We haven't played Corridor in forever, so we'll try to play Corridor. Swordburst, or also known as Swordburst 3, might be a game series to get into because I know my sister was playing that game at one point on her iPad. Baddies is another game people have been asking me to get back into playing. I think I mentioned Studlands. And then I think by the time we cover all these games, the Halloween season is going to start coming up. And when Halloween season comes, we might start playing the House Tower Defense. We might get back into doing that because we haven't played that in almost a year, man. Almost a year. Yeah, because we played some kind of scary games about 8 or 9 months ago. Yeah, almost a year ago now. People have asked me to get back into playing Terraria. So Corridor is on the list. I'll take a look and see if Vyasa has had any updates. Base Attack. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm not really seeing any big games that I haven't played in a while. Studlands. Five Nights at Freddy's Tower Defense. Apparently that was popular at some point. Block Tales. I feel like Block Tales would be kind of tough. I might have to, for us to play Block Tales, I would have to get a team of like a couple people. I want to say Block Tales goes up to 4 players. But we'll have to see how that does on Roblox. Otherwise, man, that's all I'm really seeing that's been popular lately. So yeah, we'll definitely look into that. And then I think on Thigh Company, there's some videos on Thigh Company like Build an Island we have to look into as well. So yeah, man, we'll look into those games, of course. So yeah, that's definitely on the list, man. That's definitely on the list. Uh, yeah, like I'm trying to get into Thai Company and I'm not even sure what videos. Let me see. Let me type in Thai Company. All right. What's on Thai Company that we haven't done in forever? Let's take a look. I haven't looked at Thai Company in a while. Oh, yeah. Liar's Table. We're going to play some of that. Build an Island. What else? What else? Liar's Table. Build an Island. You're probably going to see more Sped Sister videos or live stream videos on that topic. Because my Sped Dad, man, I think we might be done with him at this point. But Survive Overnight and Megastore, yeah, that's definitely on the list. Otherwise, I'm not really seeing much, man. I'm just looking at all the games. Dark Journey has been a game that people have been telling me to play. And that's pretty much it, man. Shrek in the Backrooms. I wonder if Shrek in the Backrooms got an update. I think Car Duels is might be a dead game now. Subterra. We might look into doing Subterra. Otherwise, man, I'm not really seeing much. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Roblox that I can think of. We'll definitely get back into doing the eBay stuff, the business stuff as well. So that's definitely on the list. But yeah, man, I have not been able to get in touch with Uchapa. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get in touch with him, man. So what else, man? What else can I tell you right quick about Russia before? I mean, if Arash doesn't come back in the next 3 minutes, I might just wrap it up here. But yeah, man, the weather has been kind of rainy and gloomy. I haven't really been wanting to go outside that much. It's weird, man. It's again, as I mentioned before at the beginning of the stream, is this weird brain fog that's going around. And I've been talking about my mom. We're even at the point now where we're wondering if there's illnesses or some kind of outbreak or something going around here. It's hard to say. All right, Starberry, welcome, Starberry. Glad to have you here. Hello, Starberry. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. Hope your day's good and your month of July has been even better. Welcome, Starberry. Thank you for joining. It says that it's funny. It says that Starberry is our first person to join, even though Arash was here earlier. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting system. But yes, hello. Welcome, Starberry. Glad to have you here. How's the day been going, Starberry? How you been doing? So yes, what else have we been wanting to talk about? So another thing I wanted to talk about. So this last week being here in Russia, our plans are we're going to try to go to my mom has a few sightseeing places she wants me to go, but I'm kind of whatever about it. I'm iffy on it. I kind of don't want to go. And then I feel like if I don't go, I might regret it. And, it's kind of stupid stuff like that, man. The kitchen, yeah, I think they're working on what to do with the apartment. There's a few things that they decided to change last few days. I'm gonna ask my mom basically what the plan is with the apartment. I think they mentioned something about returning furniture now. And now we're getting a phone call coming in. Hold up, I'll be right back. Let me go answer the phone. Got that telephone calling. All right, okay. Because guess who's back? Yeah, guess who's back? Thought Company's back. All right, so when we come back to the U.S., good thing Starberry's here because we can continue talking here. So when we come back to the US, I'm gonna try making some new intros to Thigh Company Gaming. I got a couple things in mind. And then I have to start coming up with ideas on changing up the channel art and stuff for getting ready for next year, man, 2026. We have to get ready for that as well, man. That's going to be fun, right? So, yeah, new intro. We're going to start working on that because I got a couple things, man. I got to make a guess who's back live stream. So that's going to be fun. And then I think I have two ideas for the new intros. This first intro is going to be for like the second half or the remainder of 2025. So that's going to be fun, right? And then we're going to start working on one for 2026. And then I also am thinking about changing up the office. The office is going to be a big thing too. So that's going to be fun, right? So what I'm thinking about with the office, to give you all a little bit of a preview, I'm sitting in that closet. Everyone's like, "Why are you sitting in the pantry, Thigh Company?" And I always thought that was so funny. Everybody calling my office a pantry because I got all that food in the boxes and stuff on the walls. But it's my eBay office for where I sell stuff on eBay. But the problem is when I come back, I'm going to have to talk to my tax lady because something happened with my taxes where I had to pay like over $7,000, almost $8,000 in taxes last year. So some of y'all are going to be like, well, thank you, Joe Biden. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know if it's that. I think it's more, I got to talk to my tax lady and figure out what can be done. So that's going to affect the eBay business. It's going to affect the healthcare. I got to figure out what kind of health insurance I need to have. Because right now, all I really needed to do is just like insurance for in case some kind of emergency happens. Because I don't even think right now I feel healthy, but I know what I do need to do is I know I got to lose weight and all that. And then eventually when I get down to a weight that I'm on my weight goals, I do need to meet up with my primary care doctor again. And then they're going to have me doing blood work. And the problem with blood work is sometimes I can handle it and sometimes I just cannot, man. I start feeling queasy and I go into what's called a vasovagal reaction. And you don't want to have that happen. And basically, I'm told that to prevent that, I got to not only do I have to lose weight, I got to start building up some more muscle mass. So, yeah, that's got to be done. So that's going to be a tricky thing, man, because the whole tax situation is messing up the way I do my business, man, because right now is basically I'm doing eBay and I'm losing half of what I make in a year on taxes from what I do on eBay, which kind of sucks because this is the first year I ever had that. Because before it was the opposite. They were paying I was getting tax money back for like a tax return instead of having to pay taxes. So I don't know what's up with that, man. Even if I still have to pay taxes, that's fine. But I don't even. But over $7,000, I don't make that much money to be paying that much. Like if I was making over $100,000, maybe that was one thing. But like the amount of money I'm making, it's not that. So I got to figure out what that's all about. Then we're going to have to restructure eBay because I've been getting a lot of issues with people claiming all kinds of stuff, things getting lost in the mail, people buying stuff and claiming it's not as what they expected. And whenever they start doing all these returns, it eats up through a lot of money. So I don't be making that much. And then plus I'm probably going to have to, with Alex, I'm probably going to have to go start doing tech support stuff like phone repairs. And I got a friend named David who has been trying to get me to do that. And I'm going to follow up with him on how to do the phone repair stuff because I know you can make good money with that. And David offered me a very good offer. And it was so good that my mom started getting interested into doing the phone repair stuff. So we'll see how that goes. because if I start doing them and my mom can start doing it as like maybe a side job, then it might be something to look into. And then a few other things. My mom wants to go back into doing like knitting stuff. Like she decided she wants to try doing like make what do you call it, crafting or building uh, knitted stuffed animals, which is they actually look kind of cool though. But she wants to try and make some and maybe see if they will sell. So we'll see how that goes. So that's something that she's liked. And then plus, I'm hoping all this Russia stuff gets done because my next project, I got to save up to get a place of my own. And this place of my own, I'm probably gonna have my grandparents move in with me whenever that happens in the future. Because the apartments where they're staying at, my Turkish neighbors, I think they're about to move out of that apartment complex. They've been having some issues there, and we've been having some issues there too. But it's issues that we've been able to kind of tolerate, but my Turkish neighbors have not been tolerating the nonsense that's been going over there. But they have something completely different going on from what we've been having. So it's still, as an investment, it makes more sense to be owning your own place versus renting out. But yeah, so that's going to be like, something way down the line, way in the future. So yeah, that's basically been covering what's been going on, right? So what else, man? What else? Starberry, are you still with us, man? Are you still with us, Starberry? Otherwise, man, I'm gonna probably go to the 1 hour mark, unless Arash or Starberry start talking. Starberry's still here, yeah. Starberry, you got any questions? You want to know what's going on in Russia? You have any questions about Russia? How things are like over here? How's life? Anything about YouTube? Anything about the YouTube channel? Any news or questions or curious things that you might have in mind? Let us know. Otherwise, I'll kind of keep talking for a little bit, man. My grandmother's birthday is coming up July 8th, so in 2 days. So that's going to be fun. How's the food there? I love food. So I've been talking about food with everybody. I've been talking with Uchapa and Alex, I think Arash a little bit. So food, I think food here tastes noticeably better here than in the US. But for whatever reason, this time around, I'm having diarrhea and getting sick here. So I don't know what's up with that. But for example, apple juice here tastes better than it's like the best way I can describe it. It's like, if you've noticed the differences between regular food and organic food, basically imagine here only having organic food. That basically would be what I could describe it as. What food do I recommend? So there's some good food here. So what did I have recently that's Russian? Well, we had pilmeni. Pilmeni, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically like, what would you call that? Like manti or dumplings, or you might have to look some of this stuff up on Google. But pilmeni are good. We had like a Russian version of donuts, which they call pishki here, or pishkis. In English, I guess you would spell them as Pishki. What else did we have here, man? We had kind of like shawarma a little bit here, but shawarmas here are a little bit different. They call them here shaverma, but that's not really Russian per se. What else did we have here, man? We had a lot of salads here. They had, they have like what you call Russian salad. Here they call them salad olivier. What else did we have? We had something called vitamine salad, which is like vitamin salad, I guess, in English. And I had a couple of versions of it, but the one version I had was basically cucumbers, apples, cabbage. I think cabbage. Yeah, I think cabbage, parsley, dill, and some kind of seasoning. I think they had some kind of oil and a little bit of sugar and salt for taste. We had soup here. Salyanka has been very popular here. We had borscht here, but Salyanka has been pretty good. My mom's been making kotlety, which are basically like not like meatballs, but they're more like what would you call them in English, man? They're essentially like meat patties, I guess. That's been pretty good. Hot dogs here are good. Um, people like eating potatoes here. What else have we been having, man? We had this cake a while back called Baltiski Tort, or Baltic cake. And Baltic cake was sort of like a chocolate and coffee cake, but it was like um, like wafer kind of layers in it. So that's been pretty good. We had a caramel condensed milk cake yesterday. That was pretty good, except for the very top of it. It was like a caramel jello that tasted a little weird. So we had that. What else did we have, man? My mom fried up some fish a while back. But I wasn't crazy about that. But then we went to a cafe and they had a very interesting dish. They had cod, like boneless cod that had some kind of like, I don't know if it was a cheese or what would you call it? It was almost like egg or cheese like consistency. I want to say it was like a cheese of some sort with carrots, and it tasted really good. We also had blini, which are like basically like crepes, or like French crepes, essentially. What else do we have here, man? It's like we've had a lot of stuff. I feel like I gotta open up my fridge now. So you got me thinking about what's in my fridge now. So let's take a look. What's in the fridge here? We have a Haier fridge here. Haier, Haier. All right, what else we have here? So I gotta hold this fridge door open. Yeah, got mashed potatoes in there. We got some carrot salad. There's a lot of carrot. So they have carrot salads here with like Korean seasoning. So they have a lot of that. We have tomatoes. We have a lot of ice cream stuff here, or things made from milk products here. I'm trying to hold the fridge open with my laptop. Here's something I can show you right quick. There's a thing called sirok. So sirok is basically like a dessert. It's a milk product that's kind of similar to cottage cheese, but I'd like to describe them more as like a cheesecake, little cheesecake bites. Let me see if I can show y'all closer what it looks like. So you got a little girl with a cow or something on it, right? So basically it's like, imagine it like a cheesecake, but covered in chocolate, and then there's a little bit of like a sweet syrup that tastes like has a vanilla taste to it. But essentially, like, imagine a piece of a cheesecake or middle of a cheesecake covered in chocolate, and there's a little bit of like a syrup thing in it. So it's like a dessert essentially. So those are kind of popular here too. I did see some counterfeit Roblox toys. That was so funny, man. I took a lot of photos of that. And one of my cousin's children's bought, the girl Vera bought one the other day. And all it was like it basically is like, remember when Roblox had their little Roblox toys they used to sell in Walmart? It's sort of like that, but like a bootleg version of it. And they also sold it with some bubble gum, like little cheap bubble gum for kids. So I feel like that would be kind of a thing Roblox should actually officially get into in the US, selling a figure with some bubble gum. They could very easily do that, but why they're not doing that, I got no idea. So there's a business plan for somebody, right? Start selling some bubble gum or candy with a Roblox toy. So they do that here in Russia, at least. What else, man? What else have they been doing? There's a lot of different candies and desserts and toys and stuff. Ice cream. I talked about ice cream with Alex Nachapa a couple of days back. about plumbeer ice cream. All right, so Starberry says, I'm going to change my name to matcha_tea. So Starberry is going to be matcha tea. Why you want to change your name, Starberry? So yeah, so Starberry is going to change their name right quick. So my mom right now is at the new apartment. Starberry says, I'm obsessed with matcha tea, LOL. Obsessed with matcha? What else, man? I found out that my cousins, well, I guess one cousin kind of knows some English, has been trying to study it, but his kids don't really know English, which is fine. I mean, I can talk to them in Russian. Occasionally we get a Russian speaker on the channel, so that's not bad. Yeah, and pretty much a lot of the Roblox games are universal, so it doesn't really matter what language you speak. So that's kind of a good thing about Roblox. All right, Starberry, any last questions before I go? All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for watching today's live stream. Glad to have you all here. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time because we don't want to run through the internet data and all that too quickly. So yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe to Thigh Company. Subscribe to Thigh Company Gaming. Like this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit the bell icon so you do get notifications. And comment down below what other games or things you want us to cover. You got any questions about Russia or travel and all that? Otherwise, guys, we'll be back in the US in about a week or so. Thank you all so much for watching today's video or live stream. And we'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace out and take care. By the way, again, as a reminder, we might have some internet outages possibly in the future. So be aware of that. Otherwise, guys, thank you all so much. See you all later. Peace out and take care.